Well, good morning from the swamp. It's been a while since I've done a running and fishing day out here, so I'm doing a running and fishing day out here. It's about 10 in the morning, got here a little bit late. Already seen a whole bunch of gators driving out here. The water levels are pretty low, so probably see a few gators today. Hope to catch a few fish, run a few miles. Plan is 10, we'll see how I feel. If I get to 5, I won't have a choice. So got to turn around and come back. So, anyway, let's see how the day goes. Hey, buddy. First one of the day. I'm checking some of the spots as I run by. The water level is really low. I'm not seeing any fish. There may be fish in here that I'm just not seeing. Woodpecker pounding away. I bet that's pileated. Maybe. Anyway, there's a turtle in here I was trying to show you. And now I've lost sight of him. Well, trust me, there's a turtle swimming around, and there's a little gator over there just now spotted. But yeah, it's not looking super promising today, but I've seen worse. Let's see if I can find this woodpecker. Yep, pileated. Nice. All right, I better get running. Almost didn't see that one. So I'm sticking to this side of the road mostly because that's the upstream side of the swamp. The swamp is basically a big sheet of water that flows to the Gulf of Mexico, and that's the downstream side. There's almost no water over on the upstream side. So more than likely the alligators that are here are gonna crawl out of the water on that side and bask on the bank over there. Not really a lot of reason for them to be over here. They're not lying in wait to snatch me as I run by, but you can get pretty close to them before you see them sometimes. They'll be in the grass, and I want to keep my heart rate consistent and not scare myself to death by stepping a foot away from an alligator I didn't see was there. So just kind of hugging this side. Sounds like the water's boiling. It's catfish coming to the surface, and either I guess they'd come up and gulp air. I think they feed off the bottom. They have gills, but I think sometimes they benefit from taking in some air or something. I don't really know. If you know, post in the comment section why they do that, but it's seen very commonly. Just to illustrate what I was... Ah, green heron. Didn't see him there. Just to illustrate what I was talking about, this is the downstream side that I was mentioning. And just across the road here, you can see it is pretty much bone dry. A couple more months the storms will come and start filling it up. That little guy, so adorable. So that car just passed by, and a kid in the passenger seat. Oh, beautiful. The kid in the passenger seat hung out of the window to tell me that there's, quote, 5 crocodiles on the side of the road. Oh, yeah, I can't go a few feet without having to show you guys something. There's a big turtle. Oh, sorry. Big turtle next to a little gator. But there was. Now there's just no. Sorry. Jeez. I'm trying to be unobtrusive here, but anyway, the kid said that there's 5 crocodiles up here, and I didn't want to say they're not crocodiles because I don't want to be that guy. Not to a kid, especially. If we had more time to have a meaningful conversation, so I could, be educational about it, maybe. But anyway, so as I was having that thought, I guess his parent or whoever he's with corrected him. He hung his head back out as they drove away and said, "Alligators." So, just for the record, all of the swamps in southern Florida, belted kingfisher. I love this place. crocodiles are certainly possible at this point, but they tend to be in the coastal marsh areas, mangrove swamps. There are a few now at Shark Valley Loop in Everglades National Park. I've never seen one out here in Big Cypress. I'm sure it's possible, but there almost certainly would not be 5 in a row. Not yet, anyway. All right, let's keep going. Hi, beauty. I'm guessing that's not one of the 5. I don't think they sell that one. When that kid said there were 5 alligators sitting out, I was assuming it was going to be here. But I'm not seeing them yet. This is a target-rich environment for them, but I'm really surprised. I figured there'd be at least a couple here. Oh, maybe that's what he meant. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. But you guys don't have to move. Come on, guys. You relax. You're fine. Here, I'm backing away. You're good. Beautiful great egret. It's kind of all the gators that usually hang out here. They're just all piled up. The cypresses are greening up beautifully. Big difference from last time I was out here. I think that's the predator. Oh, maybe it's just a woodpecker. First one I've seen by the road for a while. A big fella. You beauty. I've probably said this 100 times before, but I see people come out here and drive this road, and sometimes they'll engage me in conversation and they'll ask if I've seen gators, which is what most people are looking for out here. Of course, there's beautiful birds and stuff too. And I'll say, yeah, I've seen, 6, 8, 10, whatever it's been. And they're like, oh, we haven't seen any. And you can definitely see them, like the one that was laying on the road back there. Very easy to see. The ones that were all piled up on top of each other, very easy to see. But you can see that from, the highway. You don't have to come out on this dirt road. But if you ever come out here, I'm trying not to say where I am anymore, but I've said it enough times it's easy to figure it out. But if you come out here and you want to enjoy, give yourself several hours, many hours to do it, and then stop and get out of the car and sit and listen and walk a little ways from the car. And if you have the time to come out here and go for a run or a bike ride or a walk or something, and get a few miles under your belt, you're going to see way more. That last gator, nobody driving by is going to spot that. And it's just fun to see the ones that aren't so obvious. Anyway, I'm supposed to be running. Hi, beauty. Hi, Mama. You're wondering why I called her Mama? That's why. Bird scared me, but that was her getting mad. There's 2 good sized gators back there. Probably wouldn't see from the car. Almost didn't see them on foot. All right, that's our turnaround point at 5 miles. Nothing to do now but run 5 miles back. I'm gonna take a few minutes to walk and get some calories and then get back at it. Not sponsored, but these are delicious. It's a little weird. Somebody just did a burnout. I don't know if they turned around and went the other way or if they were, I don't know which car it was. It was Very strange. Hi, beautiful. Look at you. I have to be honest with you. A car doing a burnout out here makes me a lot more nervous than that alligator does. Alligators are, you know, they're wild animals. They're not predictable, but in a sense they're predictable. Like, you know, I can look at that. Oh, there's another one over here. I don't think I saw that one. Hi. Yeah, there they go again. Like, for one thing, it's a dirt road, so, or it's dirt over hard packed rock bed, whatever this is. It's not like it's hard for a car to do a burnout, so it's not like it's impressive. But really, like, you gotta come out here. Like, I like fast cars and doing dumb stuff in them sometimes, but you gotta pick your place. But anyway, it makes me a lot more nervous. People behaving strangely out here because, as you can see, if something goes down, there ain't anybody but me to deal with it if it involves me, I mean. All right. Well, at least they're going the other way, maybe, hopefully. Still doing it down there. Right. I'm gonna move on and be happy with my day and not worry about that. Sorry. There's a couple of red-shouldered hawks there. I think maybe a mating pair, but for some reason they did not like me running by here. They weren't here earlier, or didn't do that anyway. Sorry. So it's hard to recognize exactly which ones I saw on the way out and I'm seeing again on the way back. I'm definitely seeing more gators on the way back. I can't say for sure how many. I would say I've probably seen a total of maybe 20 so far today. I don't think I spotted that one earlier. This little one is here basically every single time I come by here. And even though I was just standing there pointing a GoPro at it, I assume that these people are here to look for gators, but I don't think any of them saw it. It kind of makes me sad that people don't pay more attention. Well, that was nice. I was kind of complaining about the person doing burnouts and the fact that a lot of people seem to drive through here without caring to, you know, make the most of it. And that carload of nice folks just stopped to ask me what I was pointing my camera at and what I'd been seeing. And they've been out here before, so they kind of knew what to expect. But it was nice to talk to some like-minded people. So, all right, we've got a little under 2 miles to go, just about done. So, yeah, I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but no one saw that one. I almost want to, like, I don't know, put up a kiosk at the beginning of the road and just, you know, talk to people. Like, look, if you're just going to drive through and kick up a bunch of dust for everybody else and hope you see something, there's plenty of places to see the same things you're going to see out here. I mean, literally from Tamiami Trail, you can see more gators than you'll see here. I probably saw more on the drive down here than I have out here. You really want to reserve this place for when you're going to really take your time and pack a lunch, maybe a toothbrush. All right, I'm ranting. I should be running. Oh, beauty. Man, I'm really actually surprised how many gators I'm seeing that are tucked under the shade of the bushes. Maybe they've gotten sun enough and are trying to cool down. I think most people might know this already, but alligators are ectothermic. That's right? We're endothermic. They're what some people call cold-blooded, but they can't internally regulate their body temperature, so they have to use the sun and the water and shade If they get too hot, they go in the water in the shade. If they get too cold, they go out in the sun. So it was a fairly cool night last night. So that's why I was thinking more of them would be out in the sun, but they may have already recharged enough that they're hanging out in the shade to kind of keep it neutral or something. I don't know. I didn't ask any of them. I might be getting delirious. I'm getting very hungry, and I've got a little bit more running fuel with me, but I'm so close to the truck and lunch, I don't want to eat it now. So, all right. Oh yeah, running. Got it. Oh. I heard something slithering or moving into the, or in the brush right there, right next to me. And I thought maybe there was a gator back there. I wanted to, you know, catch that prized glimpse of a hidden gator. And it was just a little brown lizard. Ah, pileated woodpecker. Beauty. I don't think I've mentioned it more than once yet today, but I really love it out here. Oh, well, these three definitely were not here earlier. Oh my gosh, you guys are so adorable. Oh, there's another one back there. So I noticed this on the way out and didn't mention it, but this would be the incredibly smart person doing burnouts through the swamp. So yeah, hopefully they've made it out the other side of the road before I get to wherever they are on my fishing portion of today's adventure. Right. All right. Geez, under a mile now. I'm gonna shut up and start running. Oh, and also, I just found the deer flies. That's fun. Stop. Ran right by that one. That one wasn't here earlier either. I'm trying to only stop and shoot video of the gators that I did not see. I'm sure I didn't see on the way out. I'm sure I didn't see that one. Just found a radio antenna from a vehicle. It's interesting. All right, I have the truck in sight. Once again, I've entered the terrible dangers of alligator-infested swamp to go for a run. Well, there was a snake of some sort, probably a black racer. I didn't see it though. I've made it out alive somehow. So I'm gonna finish up, get back to the truck, get some lunch, and then see if we can catch a few fish. So one of the gators at the spot I was at earlier has decided he's going to sit in the middle of the road. We'll take a look. I think that's the one that was over here a minute ago. Yeah, when I came by the last time, he was over here. There was another one over here. I don't see that one. I guess I might as well have a cast since I'm here. And the little one's back. Visible again. We'll see if he'll be polite. All right, not much going on here. All right, I just tossed my first cast in here and this thing got beat up pretty quick, so we'll see if I can land something. Just the little guys are grabbing it. There's a couple of decent bass that were in there, but right now it's just little babies that are trying to run away with it. It's about the smallest jig head I have. I probably have some smaller lures, but yeah, it looks like the only ones interested are the little tiny guys. So aggressive. All right, I'm gonna see if I can find something a little bit bigger. Finally managed to hook one. Oh, easy little guy. Spotted sunfish, sorry. Thank you, buddy. Right. Yeah, I was getting clobbered every time it went in the water over here. But getting somebody to bite it enough to get hooked. They're so small. Still pretty hilarious, but I'd rather catch something a little bit bigger, so we'll move on. I forgot to make my prediction before I started fishing, but my prediction was gonna be that this was either gonna be shooting fish in a barrel, because they're all condensed into these pools and stuff because the water level's so low, or it was gonna be pretty bad, and it's not starting out real great. At least we got one on the board, so we'll keep moving. Well, another spotted sunfish. I was going for some immature bass in here, but I'll take another sunfish. Thank you, buddy. Sorry. This is the liveliest spot I've seen so far. I mean, the other places I was getting lots of action from the little tiny fish, but this seems to have more fish of a size that could actually get hooked, maybe. Just saw a bass flash right in there. Just letting these little guys tug on it, hoping that a bigger fish will come and try to take it from him or something, but I was just about to say the bass are not showing any interest, and this one did. Oh, and that's a warmouth. Nice. Wow, that's a huge warmouth. Oh, buddy. Look at you. Where'd you come from? Look at you, buddy. Nice. Thank you. That's one of the fish I hope to catch most when I'm out here. That was a big one. I thought it was a bass. I saw a bass near there when I cast, and it didn't move or do anything, and I thought, well, it's not showing any interest, and then I thought that's what I hooked, but yeah, that was a chunky warmouth. Just had a cast over here and got pretty exciting, so let's see what happens this time. Okay. Just getting some really aggressive hits. Still little fish, but man, they are intent on murder. There we go. Yeah, another sunfish. Sorry, buddy. Little fish. The last couple of times I've come out here, that's pretty much what we've been catching is warmouth and sunfish. I mean, dozens and dozens of them, but only them. And as monotonous as it might sometimes get, they are really fun to catch. They're pretty aggressive, and on this light little rod, they're pretty fun. That looks like a warmouth, I think. Yep. Dang, dude, that was aggressive. Sorry about that. So there are tons and tons of fish in here. I think a lot of them might be Mayan cichlid. A lot of them might be tilapia, and they won't bite anything typically. Not never, but not typically. So it looked like a lot of fish, but I don't know. There's a lot of catchable fish. I did see some juvie bass, so we'll give it a try. Actually, quite a few bass. The bass don't stand a chance because the little baby sunfish are gonna eat it. Man, they are aggressive. I was just diving in a spring in North Florida, and there were tons and tons of sunfish. And I was tempted to bring a lure with me with no hook on it and just, ooh, self-release. That was a warmouth. Just to see how they attack it, you know, if I just hold on to it underwater or put it on a string or something. I'll have to do that next time. All right, another sunfish. Thank you. Just getting the rod out scared a bunch of fish. Probably tilapia. It seems to kind of be their thing. But there's some other stuff in here. Let's see what we got. Wow, there's a big bass. I actually don't want him to bite. Wow. Yeah, I don't know if the camera will pick it up. There's a 14 or 15 inch bass there. That would certainly break off. Wow. Well, there's some bigger sunfish or something there. This might be Mayan cichlids. Nice to see you guys too.
Bye.
Have fun. Yeah, I think they're Mayan cichlids. It's funny, they're just grabbing it off the bottom now. If I just let it fall, they... Man, I thought I was snagged on a rock, and then I thought I was hooked on a fish, but it's just, oops, running off with it. Oop. Ooh. That was a pretty aggressive cichlid. It's a plenty big enough cichlid to get hooked. He's just like, just barely grabbing it, and there we go. Okay. Hey. Chill. That's a Mayan cichlid. Non-native species that I'm probably supposed to kill when I catch them, but if I'm not eating it, it's very hard for me to just kill something. So that's species number 3 for the day. That's pretty cool, considering what a slow day it is. So another cichlid is coming in hot, and this little tiny fish took it. But then the big one got it. That's awesome. I really doubt that all showed up on camera, but that would be hilarious if it did. All right, chill. Okay, a pretty decent little cichlid compared to what I've been catching. All right. Do we move on, or do we keep trying? I think I'm gonna move on. That was interesting. It could have been a gator, but I haven't seen anything yet. Oh well. Somebody took the tail right off this thing. I'm gonna switch lures. Let's see if we can see anything over here. Well, there's a little gator right here. Hello, buddy. I changed lures and got hit hard right when it hit the water, but didn't get hooked. It's right over there. There we go. Ah, nice little warmouth. Sorry. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, they're hanging out over on that side and just nailing stuff when it hits the water. It's just whether they hit it hard enough to get the hook in their mouth. So that was instantaneous. Oops, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And that is another line cichlid. There you go. Thanks, buddy. So I've caught most of the usual suspects today. I'd love to get an Oscar. The Oscars have been a shadow of their former selves, which is probably technically good because they're a non-native species. But they're pretty fun to, well, they're extremely fun to catch. There's another cichlid. Oh man, dude, you're excited, aren't you? Alright, sorry. It's a bit of a ride, sorry about that. That coloration, I think, has something to do with mating season. I feel like they're more vibrant other times, or more vibrant some times of the year than other times. Not 100% sure about that, but that gator's, I saw some movement of water over here. Nope, still there, okay. I want to be cognizant of letting that gator think of me as a source of fish. I'd like to get into that shade right there. Yeah. Oh, what did I say? No. Hey, you gotta chill. You gotta chill. Sorry, thank you. Not for you, buddy. I like you, but I'm not gonna feed you. Sorry. All right, well, we better move on then. That was a good spot. Hopefully this will be a self-fulfilling prophecy, but I have the same lure on a slightly heavier jig head, bigger rod, bigger line. There's a few bass moving around in here. There's a few more fish in general. Maybe I can get something a little bit bigger. Cichlids are definitely awake. Wow. Oh, nice. Oh, sorry, buddy. Man, he came rocketing in for that. No, chill. Not any bigger than the other ones, but still fun. Sorry. Man, it just does not seem to matter how much I smash these barbs down. I wish I could find barbless hooks. Because the vast majority of my fishing is catch and release. It would be nice to just have them slide right off, even if I lose fish, I don't care. This is like the third or fourth one of these I've caught by just letting it fall onto the bottom, and as they watch it, just give it a quick jerk and they'll take it. Which is pretty hilarious to watch. There you go. I've done that with peacock bass, and a lot of people don't realize that peacock bass are not bass. They're actually another cichlid, so they're pretty closely related to the Mayans. It's interesting that they both exhibit that behavior. I don't think I've caught, maybe I've caught a largemouth that way, I can't remember. So it's sitting on the bottom. I don't know if this will show up. They're just grabbing it. Pull it out of its mouth. So one's got it in its mouth now. Just dropped it. Yep. Trying to set the hook and I'm just pulling it out. There we go. They fight pretty hard for their size. All right, hold on. I'm sorry. I know I'm kind of a jerk. All right, listen. Jeez, I'm sorry. All right. All right, well, I could do that all day, but I want to try a few more spots, so we'll move on. This is going better than I expected, though. There's a bigger one, I think, back there, yeah.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Isn't it?
Oh, il y en a deux?
Yeah, and I think there's one back there. I can't...
Oh, two?
Yeah, maybe just those two. There's usually a bigger one here.
Oh, yes.
Where are you from?
France.
Nice. There's your second people from France today.
Ah!
You have countrymen here.
You don't have afraid?
If they come to me, yes.
Oh, okay.
But usually they don't. Oops. They want the fish. They don't want me.
Ah, yes, okay. Ah, là-bas?
Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's the bigger one. Let me see if I can catch a fish before he gets here. Oh no, I caught a plant.
Oh, wow! It's good to eat?
It is a little small. I don't eat many fish from here.
Okay.
Just hang on, buddy. But yeah, those are good to eat. Several of the fish here are.
He is dead or no?
No, he's totally fine.
Ah.
Totally fine. So
Mimi,
now, yeah, so
he's coming.
because he wants the fish. So no more fishing for me today. If you give me your phone and go out, I'll take a picture.
Ah,
No,
yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Ah, okay. It's not so dangerous now.
No. He's here because I caught the fish. And he heard the fish, so he came. He wants me to give him the fish.
Incroyable.
I don't speak French, but I knew that one. Ah, buddy. Why you gotta be a jerk?
Jump?
No.
Okay.
No, he could yes, but no, he's only here because he wants the fish.
À côté, hein?
So.
Oh wow! Oh, it's so beautiful in
Yeah.
the wildlife.
So graceful, like so smooth and.
Are you sure? Don't jump!
Well, no more fishing for me, so I'm gonna move on. Enjoy your day.
Thank you very much.
I'm sorry I don't speak French, but au revoir.
Oh, no problem.
That was pretty fun. I love seeing enthusiastic people who aren't from here really enjoying seeing the beauty that we have here. So that was a nice time. I'm gonna try one more spot. This will probably be the last spot, but almost never is true. So, but we'll see. Ooh, a couple of Oscars. Can I get an Oscar? Come on, come on. A couple of years ago when I first got introduced to Oscars, it was just like a guarantee. You see Oscars and you're going to catch them. And I don't know what happened. I mean, a bunch of them died off in a cold snap. But, ooh, there's a couple right there. Oh, come on. Why are you guys running away? bad sign when the fish see you and flee in terror. All right, well, I don't think I'm going to catch those Oscars. So I'm going to go back to where I started. All right, got a little lion cichlid at least. And now I'm wrapped around the GoPro. Something hit it hard and fast over there. I don't know if it was that fish or something else. Maybe it was that fish. Which is, oh, beautiful warmouth. Nice. Okay. Beauty. Thank you, buddy. Oops, sorry about that. Another one. Nice. Look at you, buddy. Okay, the warmouth are doing quite well. I'm sorry. Nice. That's nice. Looks like they're hanging out in the deep right here. So when I come out of the shallows there and drop into this deeper water where they're hidden. Of course, not this time. What the? Holy sh**, that's a huge gator. Okay. Oh, caught another warmouth. Jeez, I didn't know what I was looking at for a second. It looked like two bears eating a bird or something. Okay. All right. I'm gonna pause from fishing for a second. I don't know what is going on there. I don't think he's hissing at me. Wait. Are those two? What? Oh. Dude. Dude. No, they're fighting. I can't believe the birds are just sitting there and that's their commentary. So I think there are two gators fighting, and I feel really bad for the little one if that's the case, because that big one is very big. The bird's just going about his business like nothing's going on. That's quite a look. Oh, look at the tail. Look at the tail. There's bite mark. Very interesting. Right. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to edit anything coherent out of that, but evidently what I took to be the really big gator that lives in this place was just two kind of average size alligators who were either fighting or mating. I really don't know. The smaller of the two, although they were pretty close in size, the smaller of the two had some bite marks on the tail. There was a little bit of blood, so it didn't look like a serious injury, so it wouldn't surprise me if it was part of mating behavior. A lot of animals are pretty rough when they do that stuff, so I don't know, but everybody left and went in their own directions, and so all was well, I guess. I did find it comical how the birds were like a couple of old people sitting on a bench watching this fight go down. I'm like, hey, you guys got that out? Like, just hanging out, watching it happen and commenting on it. But anyway, I'm gonna end things here. I might stop and try a couple spots on the way home, but I've had a great day out here. The spot redeemed itself. I caught more fish than I thought I was going to today. Had a great run. If you're still watching, you're a champion. Thank you so much for being here. And if you like this stuff, click like, subscribe, leave me a comment if you have questions or comments about this. And I'll see you in a future video. Thanks for watching. Well, I have my first bowfin. How about that? right, buddy. See if we can figure this out here. Calm down. Ah! Sure. That's why I brought the net. All right. Well, that's disappointing.